10 things you didn't know about Max Verstappen. This is going to be interesting. 10 things you didn't know. The only thing I know, to be honest with you, is that he is a superstar driver. I don't know where he's from. I don't know what he does in his leisure time. I pretty much don't know anything else about him. I know he's a superstar driver that drives a Red Bull. Pretty much. And he's 24. I know that too. And he is from... I don't know where he's from. But yeah, that's what I know about him. So this should be interesting. 10 things you didn't know about Max Verstappen. Video by PitStop. Link in the description for you guys in the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And let's run him up. Starting now.
Ever since his debut in 2015, Max Verstappen has made a name for himself in Formula One.
Yep, he has.
The Red Bull driver, with his string of solid performances in the ongoing season, may very well be on his way to become the next world champion, putting an end to the reign of Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton. Though the two rivals are equally matched on the field, their lives outside of the sport are actually quite different.
Okay.
Hamilton is known to be flamboyant, having recently made an appearance at the 2021 Met Gala, whereas Verstappen on the other hand prefers leading a private lifestyle.
Interesting.
The young Dutchman is striking on track, but usually enjoys being out of the limelight, especially when he's not racing, which makes us wonder about Max's interests aside from Formula One. So, for those of you eager to find out, here's 10 interesting things you may or may not know about Max Verstappen.
Okay then.
Number 10. Most number of youngest driver records broken. History was undoubtedly made when Maximilian Verstappen stepped into Formula One back in 2015 at the early age of 17. Over the course of 6 seasons, Max has achieved many milestones and broken numerous records, having started out so young. These include iconic moments such as being the youngest driver to start a race and youngest driver to score points at age 17. Youngest driver to win a race, to win a podium finish, and to lead a lap all at 18 years of age, as well as becoming the youngest driver to score the fastest lap and a Grand Slam at 19 and 23 years old respectively. All of these accomplishments have collectively made him the driver with the most number of records as youngest driver, beating the likes of Vettel, Hamilton and Alonso, who previously held some of these records during their time.
You beat them all.
Number 9. Doing public service for mistakes. Verstappen has a reputation for being a bold and aggressive driver, which is what makes him such a formidable opponent. However, his temper does get the better of him at times. One such incident that comes to mind are the events following the 2018 Brazilian GP. Verstappen, who was leading the race at the time, touched wheels with backmarker Esteban Ocon, which resulted in both of them spinning on track. Ocon's mistake cost Verstappen the race, which he was not very happy about. After the race, Verstappen confronted Ocon by pushing the driver and blaming him for his reckless driving. This scuffle between the drivers caught the eye of the stewards, who reprimanded Verstappen for his unprofessional behaviour. The Red Bull driver was asked to perform 2 days of public service with the FIA, where he would assist the stewards and learn accordingly. Number 8.
Just being competitive.
All season.
He's just being competitive.
The 2021 campaign has been his best so far, achieving 7 out of his 17 career wins this year itself. As impressive as this feat may be, his intensity stems from the belief that Red Bull finally has a championship-winning car, while Mercedes might have started to decline. This only becomes more apparent with the fact that Verstappen has led the most number of laps throughout the season. What makes it even more remarkable is that he has led more laps this year than the rest of the grid combined. Despite this, Max still has a long way to go to claim the title from Hamilton, who is also looking to add another championship under his belt in one of the most exciting championship fights of this decade. Number 7. Association with sport.
Interesting. So Red Bull has a better car now. And he has more... He's led in more laps than everybody else combined. Interesting. Let's go, though.
On multiple occasions, Max has spoken about his love for other sports too, more importantly MotoGP and football. His favourite way to unwind is to enjoy a good game of FIFA on his PlayStation.
That's what I'm talking about.
He also supports the Dutch and Spanish teams of PSV and Barcelona, but Verstappen's connection to football is more than just his love for FIFA and watching his favourite team on the telly.
But let's not get it twisted though. I'm saying you might be a superstar driver, but on FIFA, we're taking over. I'm saying, that's my thing. We're taking over on FIFA. But let's go though.
His love for football comes through his maternal grandfather, Robert Kumpen, who presided over KRC Genk, a Belgian football team. Verstappen's family has a long history of being involved in sports, with both parents, Jos Verstappen and Sophie Kumpen, having participated in F1 and karting championships respectively. His uncle, Anthony Kumpen, is also a former NASCAR driver and owns a stake in Ridley, a company that makes racing bikes.
He was born to drive.
Number 6. Competing with friends.
He was born to drive.
Before he began racing in Formula 1, Max Verstappen was racing in the F3 Championship for the Van Amersfoort team alongside Charles Leclerc. This is also around the time when Verstappen joined the Red Bull Junior team with his future teammate Pierre Gasly. Yet only Max would have the good fortune of getting his big break in F1 well before his companions. He joined the grid in 2015, whereas Gasly would only make his entry into Formula 1 in 2017. Leclerc too would join the grid in 2018, much after his F3 teammate. Another driver who made his F1 debut in 2019, long after Verstappen, is Alexander Albon, despite Albon joining the junior team in 2012. The faith that Red Bull put in Max at the time is quite indicative of how special his talents are and why he's so highly regarded. Number 5. His favourite foods.
Okay.
Max lives an opulent lifestyle. After all, he resides in Monaco, sharing his address with other fellow drivers and some of the richest people on the planet in the tax-free haven. For someone who lives in one of the most luxurious places in the world, you'd expect Verstappen to have quite some exquisite taste in clothing, accessories, and most importantly, food. However, his food preferences are surprisingly simple. Max loves a good bowl of tomato soup and the occasional carpaccio. As an F1 driver, his diet primarily involves him eating loads of carbs and proteins in sync with his workout routine. Therefore, indulging in his favourite foods is a rare treat for the 24-year-old driver.
That is true.
Number 4. Training a one-man army. Every race driver has to undergo a good deal of weight training and other physical exertions to train their bodies in preparation for the massive G-forces that their bodies will go through during the course of a race. Many of these exercises focus on the back and neck, which are most at risk for damage, which is why nearly all drivers spend a lot of time on these while in the gym. Max, though, does not enjoy working out in the gym as much as the other drivers. His performance coach Brad Skanes revealed that Verstappen prefers training from the comfort of his home and choosing to take a run whenever possible. Max also likes to work on his watt bike and his Skype whenever he has the time. Number 3. A history of romance.
Interesting.
Verstappen's current love interest is Kelly.
I didn't realize F1 players had to like work out like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just assumed because they're in the car and driving, they just had to like. This is more. It's more of like an IQ thing. If you get what I mean. More of like a knowledge. You gotta study film and like look at a lot of tape and stuff like that. I didn't realize they had to. I mean, you still gotta be in shape, but not work out a lot like what they said in the video. But let's go though.
Now, the Piquet name may ring a bell, as Kelly is of course the daughter of 3-time world champion Nelson Piquet. But things get more interesting from here, because before the two could start dating, Kelly was in a serious relationship with former Red Bull driver Daniel Kvyat, with whom she also has a child. For those of you who are unaware, Max took over Daniel's seat at Red Bull when the team chose to let the young Max race instead, pushing Daniel into the empty seat at Toro Rosso. Though this may be a coincidence, Kvyat has had some really
coincidence? Is it a coincidence though? Is that a coincidence though? That seems a little too tricky to be a coincidence though. I mean, let's go though.
Verstappen, not just his place on the team, but also his girlfriend.
Yeah,
Max
it's a little too tricky.
Seem to be enjoying each other's company, with the two seen celebrating after Max's win at the 2021 Monaco GP. Number 2. His drive collection. Over the years, Max has collected plenty of cars, which includes a Porsche, 2 Ferraris, and a few Aston Martins that could make even James Bond envious of him. With so many car manufacturers involved in Formula 1 in one way or another, it's not uncommon for drivers to own a car or two made by their team or their sponsors' factories. You can usually see this when the drivers come to the track each week in one of their vehicles. Verstappen's garage at the moment has many iconic cars, such as the Ferrari 488 Pista, the Ferrari Monza SB2, the Aston Martin DB11, and the Renault RS01, among others. His most dazzling purchase, however, is his very own private jet, the Falcon 900EX, which he bought from a certain frequent flyer by the name of Sir Richard Branson. Number 1. His biggest fear. F1 drivers race at extremely high speeds of over 350 km per hour, so a fear of having an accident or making a mistake would be high on the list, but not for Max Verstappen. The Dutch lad, when quizzed about his biggest fear, said that unlike other people, he's actually afraid of spiders and sharks, which is quite astonishing considering that shark attacks are highly uncommon, whereas 1.3 million people die in road accidents each year. Of course, speed has never been a fear for Max, but rather a thrill or a passion that he's enjoyed since he was 3 years old. He continues to be fast and fearless as he pulls masterclass overtakes on his rivals. The Red Bull driver has grown a lot in the last 6 years, and while many people find him aggressive and hot-headed, his dedication to the sport has won him fans all around the globe. Not many drivers will accomplish as much as Verstappen, especially given that the 24-year-old still has plenty of seasons ahead of him to win championships. And there you have it. 10 things you probably didn't know about Max Verstappen. What other facts do you know about Max? And which other driver should we cover next? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share.
That's the end of the video. Okay. Well, first of all, that little love triangle that was going on there, that's a little too tricky to be a coincidence. But I'm saying I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. That's a little too tricky to be a coincidence though. But yeah, sharks, spiders. I mean, who's not scared of sharks? Everybody's scared of sharks. When we're talking your biggest fear, you know, so you gotta give us something that everybody's not scared of. Everybody's scared of sharks. I'm scared of sharks. You're scared of sharks. So I'm saying sharks don't count because I'm saying they're sharks. They're sharks. But spiders, yeah, we can allow that. Spiders, scared of spiders. They're a little creepy, but I'm saying I'm not overly scared of them. But yeah, we'll allow that. We'll allow spiders. But FIFA though, let's not get it twisted. I'm saying you might be a superstar driver, but on FIFA, you're getting thrashed by me. Let's not get that twisted. You will get bodied by me on FIFA. But let's leave that alone though. And other than that, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about Max Verstappen, 10 things you didn't know about him. Let me know if you knew all of these things, because I didn't know any of these things. So what I'm saying, it's a nice little bit of knowledge for me. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.